welcome back to this new episode of the Sunnyvale podcast. Today we're talking about growing up in multicultural families, and I'm here with
Lumia.
Brendan.
I'm Michael.
And I'm your host, Hortense. So to start off, can you guys describe your cultural background?
Well, I have culture in quite a few places, actually. I was born and raised here. And the longest I've lived outside of Spain was the Netherlands. I lived there for like a month.
Okay.
And I spent 2 weeks working there. I have family in the US. I have family in the Netherlands, and I also have family here.
Okay.
So I'm in quite a few places in terms of where my family lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't visited the US in a few years, but the Netherlands I visit like quite a bunch.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it biological or where you've lived?
Like a bit of everything.
Okay, well, biologically, my father's side is from the Netherlands as well. And then from my mother's side, I'm Belarusian.
Mm-hmm.
But I was born in Singapore, and I lived there for around 6 years. And then I also lived in Tanzania for a little while, a few years there.
That's really cool.
And then we moved to Spain.
Okay.
And well, I'm Finnish, but I used to live in Sweden, and then I was put into a Swedish school, like growing up until I moved to Spain. And well, I've been living in Spain for 5 years, and I also went to a Spanish school. It was not the best, but so I feel like I have picked up on some traditions from all of these places.
Okay.
And well, I'm French, but a bit like Michael, I've traveled a lot. I lived in Qatar, in French Polynesia, and in Australia, and well, now in Spain. So yeah. So what languages do you guys speak?
I speak mostly English.
Mm-hmm.
I speak Spanish as well. And that's actually pretty much it. I'm bilingual. But I have to learn Dutch because I'm going to go to the Netherlands for university.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I have family there, so, I might as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I speak English mainly. It's my best language. And then living in Spain, I also speak some Spanish. And because of my parents, I do speak Dutch and Russian as well.
Okay.
That's really good.
And at home, what languages do you speak?
A mix. So usually English, but then with my mom and grandmother, we might also speak Russian. And then when my dad calls, we'll also speak with Dutch with him
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
Well, I speak mostly Finnish at home, but I also speak Swedish and English and a little bit of Spanish. But I would say that like some of my sisters speak more Swedish than me because, well, they have more Swedish friends. So like it's a bit of a mix, but like I understand Swedish, like I speak Swedish, but I don't speak it at home. But then like also my parents also speak Swedish. So it's a bit weird, but we speak mostly Finnish at home. And well, my brother, he speaks Finglish. He speaks so much Finglish.
Really?
So he makes us finish with English because he can't find the words in Finnish sometimes. And I do that sometimes as well.
I think we all do it a bit
It's
in
a
our languages.
multilingual nightmare.
But mostly Finnish.
But do
like,
you
at
want
home.
to explain why it's like, why do you speak Swedish? Like the
Oh,
whole...
because, well, we moved to Sweden when I was really young. I can't remember how old I was, maybe like 3 years old. And we lived there for like 3 years. And, well, my oldest sister went to like a Swedish school there. And then when we moved back to Finland, in Finland, you have to speak Swedish as well. Like, it's like they teach it in school. So my parents decided to put us in like a fully Swedish school, even though we didn't know the language at that time. But then obviously, since I went to school, like to a Swedish school my whole childhood, I learned the language. And that's why we speak Swedish as well. But now I feel like it's a bit rusted because I don't have that many Swedish friends. And I've lived here for so long, I speak English and Finnish all day. So it's like a bit rusted. But I would say my sister speaks the most Swedish because she has like Norwegian friends and Swedish friends. And it's similar. So,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Okay. Well, I speak French, English, and Spanish, but my French is going so bad lately. Like, I genuinely cannot write in French. Well, I obviously can a bit, but it's really bad. And at home, at home with both of my parents, I speak French. Sometimes with my dad, I speak a bit of Spanish because of like my step family that are Spanish. But yeah, pretty much it. So do you guys feel more connected to one culture or like all of your cultures equally?
That's a difficult one because I have family from so many different places and I celebrate so many different holidays. It's difficult for me to sort of affiliate with just one of them.
Yeah.
So I like mixing them since I'm such a mixed race person with family from everywhere. I enjoy incorporating holidays and vacations from each into my life without just really sticking to one.
It's a bit like you created your own culture by mixing all of them.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
I have to agree completely. I like what you said about the holidays because with so many cultures in our family, each of them have slightly different holidays. Like we all have a slightly different Christmas, but it's all around exactly. You've got Sinterklaas, you've got the regular Santa. Russian Christmas is presents are given on New Year's in Russia. So basically, we just get multiple presents, and then if you throw in Dia de los Magos Los Tres Reyes in January, then even more presents. So it's a great thing to have so many cultures.
Well, I would say like my family is not that big on like culture and everything, but I would say mostly Finnish. But obviously, like we have some traditions from Sweden, and we're also here. Like sometimes my parents give us gifts, like when the 3 Reyes come. we also get some gifts like sometimes, and we eat the cake where you have to find the king.
Oh yeah,
We always eat that, and well, we go watch the parades and stuff sometimes. So yeah, if that counts, then
yeah. I'm more of I do like, well, in the 3 cultures I have, they're all quite similar, like Spanish, English, and French. We kind of all have the same tradition, so it's not like that different. But as Lumia was saying, I'm picking up more on Spanish culture because of my step family, so we're doing more things. But I don't know if I feel equally connected. Because I think I'm just not 100% on all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not 100% on French, I'm not 100% on English, and I'm not 100% on Spanish. So I'm like a bit lost.
Yeah.
Lost in the sauce. So what was it like for you to grow between these different cultures?
Well, like I said, I've lived in the same house, going to the same school my whole life. I've never, moved. I hear about so many people that have been to so many different places living. So could you repeat the question?
That like, how was it like growing up between 2 cultures?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was fun. It's a fun experience to be incorporated into so many different communities and hearing so many different languages. And I think Spain specifically is like really rich with culture.
For sure.
I really like the culture from here, especially considering I play guitar for so many years. Flamenco music is just so much fun.
Obviously.
The dancing, playing it on the guitar has just been so fun. And incorporating myself into that community is a lot of fun as well.
Okay.
I find that usually when it comes to like cultural backgrounds, growing up with them, from the ones which I'm like blood connected to from my family, it's always just been there and it's always a mix and it's a part of me. But growing up in so many different places, because you go from Singapore, which is one of the most advanced countries in all the world, it's so incredible. Back like in the 2000s and 2010s when I lived there, it was already the future. And then you move to Tanzania, which is a very different country entirely. So there was this big shift that I didn't realize very much when I was younger, but I realize it much later on now. Like I compare them a lot and I think about how my life changed when I moved from one to the other. And then also moving to Spain as well, because then that's also very different from the other 2. So it's like the cultures themselves. I often, like, if you're talking with me, you might sometimes hear me, like, reference some culture from somewhere else. I do this a little bit too much. But it's always fun to, like, mix up the cultures. But I'm most connected to the ones which are from my family themselves.
Okay.
well, I would say like mostly, as I said, like I just have like the Finnish cultural background. So like it hasn't been like, and also the Swedish culture is really similar to Finnish culture. Like we have similar traditions, for example, Santa Lucia, which is like this thing we do around Christmas times. And it's done in both Finland and Sweden. So it's like, and it's the same, like we sing the same song and, you know. So I would say those two cultures are really similar. But then obviously Spain is really different. Mm-hmm. But my older sister used to dance flamenco in Finland. So like that was even before we moved to Spain. Like she would we would always go watch her shows. She was really good at it. And well, now she lives in Barcelona, so she loves it there, and she loves like flamenco and the culture and everything. So, but yeah, it's interesting because we never knew we would like move to Spain and like. But she was
Because
always
you've
dancing.
traveled a lot as well.
Yes, I've traveled a lot because my parents, they love traveling, and they like, because in Finland you go to your summer cottage in summer. It's like everyone goes to their summer cottage, but it's in Finland. But we would always just go to Turkey every summer for 2 months, and we would just say that that's our summer cottage while everyone was in Finland. But my parents always wanted to travel, like they would never want to stay in Finland, and they've always wanted to move somewhere else, and like, because they're just so big on like living in a warm country, learning new languages. That's why they put me in a Spanish school so I could learn the language quicker. But then it wasn't very, like I didn't like it there at all. And like I did learn the language, but not fluent. Like I don't speak fluently, and it stresses me out.
And did you like this as a kid, moving around?
Yeah,
countries?
yeah, but like for example, for my brother, it was really hard because he never had like friends that would stick. Like he would like, because he would always be moved around, even in Finland, like from school to school. He never really had like friends that stuck to him. But now in Sunnyvale, he's found like really good friends. So I'm really happy for him, because that's like for the first time ever, he's found like friends that are like a bit more long term. Because like in Finland, he was moving around so much, and yeah. So I'm really happy for him. But
That's really nice.
yeah, it's really nice.
I agree with Brendan. It's like when I was a kid, I didn't think much of it, like moving countries. But now that I'm like looking back at it, I think it was such an amazing experience. And like, it made me so open-minded. And it's just, you know. But I agree also with Lumia on the thing. Like, I remember my change from, because after living in Qatar, I moved back to Spain, to France, sorry. And then from France, I moved back to Spain. And for some reason, that shift from France to Spain was horrible to me. It took me a year to like be happy in Spain. It was just really bad for some reason, because I think I didn't really know about it, but I think I was just done with like moving around so much. Because same as Lumia's brother, I had really good friends in France for like the first time of my life. And then I had to move again, and I was so done with it. So, yeah.
I agree completely, absolutely.
Have you ever felt different from other people at school because of like your cultural background and everything?
I mean, believe it or not, Spanish was my first language because I was born and raised here. But, you know, with living early stages of my life with my dad, we just got used to speaking English at home. I only really speak Spanish with my grandparents. And they live right across the street, so we speak kind of often. But, you know, I spoke Spanish at home when I was little, but I just got used to speaking English. Since I've been at this school my whole life, the sort of earlier, you know, primary stages of school, quite a majority of the people were Spanish. And when I speak English, you know, it's kind of hard for people to tell that I'm Spanish.
Yeah.
But I am. My grandparents are. My grandfather is Spanish. You know, he was born and raised here, the same as me. So I did feel a little bit different because over the years, my Spanish got rustier and rustier since I spoke it less and less. So when I was sitting in the classroom and everyone was speaking, you know, fluent español, like from Spain, I was a little bit on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I mean, they're since it is an international school, so I did have friends from everywhere that I could speak English with, but the majority of the class, they were just speaking all this fluent Spanish, and there was me, you know, with my rusty. You know, I wasn't too sure whether I spoke it fluently, so I did feel a little bit disconnected from that for a little while.
Is your mom American?
No, my father is.
Okay.
He's Irish American.
Okay. And your mom is Spanish?
Yes, my mother is half
okay.
Spanish, half Dutch.
Okay. But she has really good English.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Michael?
Can you repeat the question?
How have you ever felt different at school because of like all this?
I'd say maybe not. It's not usually about the cultural backgrounds, because I do think when you're young, there is this thing of maybe the language barriers. But I think that specifically, like, kids don't really look at, oh, this person's from this country or something like that. Like, that's not really something they focus on. It's more than other things that can influence making friends as kids. So just like maybe language barriers, but specifically where you're from might not affect it. But I do think when I moved to Tanzania, I was quite lucky. I went to an international school there, so I always had English classes. But I was really lucky because I did make friends quite quickly. And then that didn't really happen in Spain. And I remember I thought I was expecting it to be like in Tanzania, someone would walk up to you the first day and just pick you up and take you away and be best friends with you for the rest of your life. But that didn't happen so much, and I think it made me also really grumpy. So I was very grumpy kid the first few years I moved to Spain. I think that some people can remember that probably.
Yeah.
But in the end, then I did make a lot of very nice friends, and I was really happy about that.
When did you join Sunnyvale?
I joined in year 5.
Year
So,
5? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So, and then, but I was really lucky then when I did make some friends. So I think it's always great that if there's new kids and they might be from somewhere new, do feel open to talk to them.
Obviously.
Like they don't know anyone. They need some companionship.
For sure.
That's true. Well, here in Sunnyvale, I don't really feel like different from others, but in the Spanish school, I did, and like, well, I wouldn't get bullied, but I would just like be really isolated from everyone, because everyone spoke Spanish and no one spoke English. Like no one speaks English in those Spanish schools, so like, it would be really hard to communicate with the other kids, and I was just like always kind of there, but I wasn't really talking to anyone. And if someone was trying to talk to me, we would have to pull out like the Google Translate and everything. But then I did learn some Spanish, and then I started speaking Spanish a bit. But then it's also scary because they're actually Spanish, so you don't want to talk to them because you're scared that they will like judge you. And I can't really remember what it was like when I didn't really speak Swedish yet, and I lived in Sweden. I can't really remember, but it might have been the same case. But yeah.
Well, for me, same as Lumia, I'm like completely fine in Sunnyvale. I don't feel different or anything. But if I were to go back to France now, to a French school, I would feel so different, like so lost, and just very different.
Yeah, me too.
Because as we were saying, like, and I feel like Sunnyvale is so strong on being international.
Yeah.
It's not just like an English school. It's like really international. And I feel like we do international things. We have like a real graduation, for example. In France, they don't really have that. They just have like a quick ceremony. But we have like kind of a bit American-ish graduation, you know? And yeah, I would be so lost if I had to go back to a French school. I really wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
I noticed the difference between like me and my friends in Finland, because like they're all like, they grew up in the same place in Finland. They've never really, like they've traveled, but they haven't lived anywhere else. They don't speak English that good. So like I do see the difference, and I would probably feel a bit like outside if I went back to Finland now, because like, and then also my Finnish is a bit rusted sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Like sometimes I can't like find the words, like my brother. I can't find my words sometimes.
I know, it's for me it's really getting bad, and I'm a bit concerned because if I ever want to work in France or something, which I low-key don't want, but well, you never know. I'm like, it's really bad. I can barely talk to my parents, honestly. With my mom, I do really bad, like, Frankish.
Yeah, my grandparents are here right now, and they notice it so much. They're always, because they don't speak that good English, so they're always, like, a bit confused when, like, for example, my brother is talking to them, and then I always try to find the words for him, because it's a bit difficult for him. But yeah.
I feel like if I do see my grandparents, like that is the incentive, because my Russian and Dutch gets bad, and then I see my grandparents, and then when I leave them, it's improved, and then it slowly gets worse again, and it just repeats.
It's a cycle.
But it's also, I think, my speaking is decent, but like in terms of reading and writing, that's much
true.
worse. I don't know if it's the same for you guys.
Oh yeah, no,
And
it
also
is.
like the Russian alphabet and something I can barely.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it. How people do it when it's a different alphabet. I could
Yeah.
never. But to just go back quickly to the thing of like being different. I remembered something. In summer 2023, I was already living in Spain. It had been like 3 years. Like, you know, I was really well into the culture in like Spain. And I went back for holidays in France. So I took the plane. I pulled out an outfit that was a summer outfit because it was in June or July. So I had like shorts and like a normal like tank top. And I went to my grandparents' house, and the first thing my grandma said was, "What are you wearing?" Because in France it's so different. And like French people are so like grumpy and like ugh. So like you can't just like, you know how in Spain you can just like wear a bikini and then your beach clothes and you can really go anywhere like that, you know?
Yeah.
In France you could never do that. Like it's so badly seen. And obviously also they're my grandparents, so it's the generation from before, so they were a bit. So yeah, I really felt the difference. And also with my sister, even though my sister's still like quite international because she traveled around with me and my family, right now she's living in France because she's working and everything. She's done with university. And sometimes like I'm out with my friends and then she answers my story and she's like, what are you doing? Because I don't know, it's just, Spain is basically way more open and way more relaxed and chill about social things than France. So yeah. Did I ask you if you didn't? Okay, no. I think this is the other question. I can't remember if I asked you already. But have you guys ever felt like you've never really belonged anywhere, like to 100%?
It's like I said, I'm not. I don't think too deeply about how far incorporated I am into a culture, a community. I just enjoy it, you know, like whether I'm part of it or not. You know, my girlfriend, she's from Poland, and I visit her there every now and then. And even though I have nothing to do with Poland or the people, I still, you know, she shows me around and she teaches me all these things about Poland and what it's like living there. And when I visit, you know, I eat the food, you know, I see the city, see the places, and I incorporate myself into the community even though I have nothing to do with it. And I think that's really great. I think it's really cool. That I don't think too deeply, you know, am I biologically here? Am I culturally there? I just enjoy, you know, I have the drinks, I eat the food, I celebrate the parties. And it's just fun. You know, I don't think too deeply about it.
I absolutely agree. This is the short answer whenever someone asks me where I'm from, I'll just say from the world because it's so much easier. But it's also kind of true because whenever I do go somewhere or when I've lived in so many places, I don't have one culture. I've picked up parts of every single one, like their beliefs, the way that they grow up, like how they view the world. It has all affected then who I am today. And I think about this also a lot. Like if I grew up and I had like this friend since kindergarten and I was best friends with them all the way until now, and I lived in the same house since I was born and all of that, I'd probably be a very different person now.
Yeah.
And I can't say if it would have been better or worse, but I am happy then with how it did turn out and how much I've learned, because I think it has made me, in a way, like a smarter person to have seen so many different people and so many different cultures and backgrounds, and just like learn, okay, this is what the world is, and not to have like a narrow view on things. So in terms of cultures, I am a bit of everything, I'd say. Okay. And I accept that, and I don't worry about which one do I resonate more with.
Okay.
Well, I feel like I belong a lot to the Finnish culture and everything because, well, I'm really, if you know me, I'm really big on like, oh my God, I'm from Finland. Like I'm always talking about Finland because like, I don't know, I feel like so many people don't really know Finland. Like it's such a small country in Northern Europe, you know? So I'm always saying like stuff about Finland. I feel like I do belong really well in Finland, you know, but as Michael was saying, like I feel like I wouldn't be the same person if I would have lived in Finland my whole life. Like I'm way more open-minded now and I've seen so many different cultures and like I'm really like happy and like thankful for like all the experiences I've had in like different cultures and everything, because as Michael said, it made me the person I am today.
Oh, this is so nice. Yeah, I agree with all of you, but as I was saying, like I don't also really think about it on the daily basis. I'm just, you know, there. Yeah. But if I think about it, because there has been a few times, for example, when I'm speaking like French and I can't speak French anymore, or then I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, I don't speak French anymore. But then I'm thinking, okay, English, but then I don't know all the words in English and I do make mistakes sometimes. And same for Spain. So then I'm like, I'm not 100% anywhere. So like, where am I, you know? But I don't really care about it. But to be honest, right now, I'm like big on Spain, you know?
I've noticed.
Like, I'm just like, really?
Yes.
Like, just like Spain, I just like Spain so much. And I just feel like I don't feel Spanish. It's weird to say I feel Spanish when I'm like not really Spanish, but it's like, you know, I just Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna miss it, like Spain, when I move away.
100%. I do think like when you do see, because a lot of us are like a mix of cultures, but I've seen so many people which are specifically like, for example, my grandmother who's like fully Belarusian, or I have friends here which are really, really Spanish, and they're fully cemented in their traditions as well. I find that so beautiful too, because then I learn even more about those cultures.
Yeah.
And
Obviously.
maybe I think that in my view, since I've seen so many different cultures, my view is different to theirs. It doesn't mean like the way that they've grown up in their like one culture that they surround themselves with, it's also so beautiful in its own right. And it's just incredible to have so much of just one as well.
For sure.
That's true.
I have a question. If you guys ever have kids one day, and let's say that your partner is from another country, it's not the same country as you, how are you gonna make your kids grow up with like the language and the culture? Like, how is it gonna be like?
Well, I'm just gonna do probably the same way that I've been raised, just incorporating myself into all of these different communities, you know, appreciating each holiday, you know, yeah.
And for the language?
I mean, it depends on where I'm living, because I'm not quite sure
Obviously.
exactly
That's true.
where I want to live in the future. Probably the first language to learn is the language of whatever country I'm living in.
Yeah, obviously.
I think that would be easiest.
Okay. And okay.
English, Spanish, Russian, Dutch, my partner's language.
No.
All of them, I have to learn all of them. No, I'm kidding. But I will probably, I don't know how I would feel about maybe moving about a lot. I haven't thought about that. I would want to make sure that they are incorporated into, like Brendan said, in all of the cultures. I want them to experience them at least. If they don't resonate with some of them, if they feel closer to others, that's completely fine. But I do think it's so important to like explore and understand different cultures. I don't know which languages I would teach. Or like which ones we grow up speaking.
Yeah.
I really want to like do all of them, but they'll probably kill
Michael,
me.
their brain will probably explode.
I think I have like, it would probably, maybe one of my like, if I'm not living in Spain, maybe I wouldn't have to teach them Spanish, don't kill me. But I would probably English, definitely, since it's such an international
Obviously.
language. And then I feel like I'll try Russian or Dutch and see which one they pick up more.
Okay.
Probably gonna be Dutch.
So maybe
Probably gonna be Dutch.
with the other alphabet and everything.
Well, obviously they have to know Finnish,
Obviously.
And well, English as well. It's really important. I don't know about Swedish because like I can't lie, my Swedish is not the best right now. But yeah, I think it depends where you're living. Because, like, obviously, it would be nice for them to know the language of the country you're living in. But I have no idea where I'm going to be living in the future. But, yeah, also, like, my partner's languages.
Yes.
I want them to know those. Or, I don't know. I don't know. But, like, I want them to also, like, learn whoever, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. But Finnish and English, for sure. And then, yeah.
Okay, I want to do kind of similar as Lumia. I think French, because it's quite a cool language, to be honest. So they would probably speak French with me. And then with my partner, maybe like, well, whatever their language is. And then together as a family, English. But same, also, I didn't think about like where you're living, because you obviously have to know the language from where you're living. Yeah. But I mean, I guess I wouldn't probably move to like Germany if I don't know any of the language. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I don't know, because you also moved to Spain without knowing it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I think it depends on the country and how international the country is. Because here in Spain, you'll have people from everywhere. Like, if I were to move to Poland in the future with my girlfriend, for example, not as many people there speak English as they do in Spain. So I think knowing the Polish language would be necessary almost.
It's more of a singular language country than But it's such a flex to speak like 5 languages, guys.
I know.
Imagine your kids would be the coolest kids in school.
I need my children to know at least 4. At least
4.
No, because think about it. If you raise them like for example, how I said it, like I speak French to them together as a family English, and then they speak whatever language with my partner. They already know 3 languages, and then at school they're obviously going to learn more languages, so they can learn like maybe 1 or 2 more, and then have like 5 languages, which is amazing.
And then they can't speak one language fully.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just too many languages. But languages usually might change. I learned recently that when my mom and dad met, because my mom was living in Belarus, which was, and she was technically born like in the USSR and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad was from the Netherlands. When they met, they spoke German together, was what I was told.
Wow.
And I didn't even know that my mom ever knew German at some point in her life. But they've both forgotten it all now. And then I've technically learned, I think, like maybe many more languages, but I've just forgotten them.
Really?
Because of all the countries that I've lived
But
in.
shouldn't it be like kind of like when you start speaking it again, you like remember it again?
Maybe. I mean, I know like 3 words of Mandarin, 3 words of Swahili, and my French is obsolete as well. So
Damn.
sorry, Hortense.
I know some French.
You want to show it? Okay. I was wondering as well, is there like, for example, in Spain, we have like a French community with like many French people. Is that the same for like you guys?
What was
Were
the
you
name?
at the beach this weekend?
What was it? The holiday where they?
It was Koningsdag this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
It was
Oh,
in the
wow.
Netherlands.
It was.
In the Netherlands, it's a massive celebration on the king's birthday where they all dress in orange and there's like
Orange.
huge
Oh, yes,
It's
festivities.
the King's
I
Ginger.
told you.
The Carihuela, which is the beach down
Yeah.
down from here, it's a really, really Dutch beach. I was working
Really?
there this summer, and basically 90%
We
of my
worked
customers,
at a Dutch restaurant over summer at some
Really?
point.
It's
Yeah.
most of the customers were Dutch. I had like maybe 1 or 2 customers per week that were speaking Spanish, and then the same amount in English. It was mostly Dutch people.
Yeah.
And then they had the Dutch festivities. It was crazy down there this weekend. But it was there
I
is like
didn't get an invite.
I should have told you. It would have been so fun. But there is quite a few. I think there's also some more. I'm trying to think about.
You know, on
Eastern places.
Facebook, they have like their
They
like
do.
group chat.
Do they have a
Mom
Russian
group.
one?
That's
That's
what
what I
I'm
was-
thinking. I noticed that when it comes to the Russian ones, all of the families that like in Sunnyvale, I realized that I know basically every single Eastern person
really?
in Sunnyvale just because all our parents know each other. Like
Then probably.
yeah. So I guess it's not really like there's a specific area which is really Russian, but it's just
Yeah.
there is a community.
Yeah.
That's good.
And American people or
Oh, no.
No?
Actually, no. I haven't really met an exclusively American community here. Yeah,
okay.
not American.
Well,
We know.
Finland, there's like so many Finnish people
Fuengirola is
in
basically like
Fuengirola.
when
There's like
yeah.
restaurants, there's stores, there's the school, the Finnish school.
Swedish
Yeah.
school.
There's like bars, everything like.
Is there a church as well? And
Yeah, there's a
Yes.
church. I went to church camp actually there in the Finnish church in Los Boliches. But like basically every person who walks by you, like every second person who walks by you is Finnish.
Genius.
And I always tell Hortense when we're somewhere there, I always say they're Finnish, and you're like, oh yeah, of course they're Finnish. And like there's so many like Finnish teenagers, also elderly people. They really like it here. So like Fuengirola is full of Finnish people. I
And
don't
are
know
you-
if you guys noticed,
Yeah,
but
Malaga's a really like multicultural place.
that's true.
Is there French?
Yes, loads
Yeah?
of French
Yes.
people. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys have heard ever of my friend Lorena.
Lorena?
It's like one of my really good
Is-
friend Lorena. You've probably seen her on my Instagram or something, but
I feel like I know. No, I don't know the name.
I feel like you know her.
Maybe. I don't
Probably.
know.
But basically, our parents, they met through Facebook because of all those like group chat, friend group chat. And then we met and then we became friends. But are you guys more of a like, we stay in those communities or we go like outside and we get ourselves into the culture and we get Spanish friends and we get, you know what I mean? Or are you more like, oh, we stay with the French people in Spain. You know what I mean?
The friend groups I'm in have people from everywhere.
Really?
Everywhere. I go to this thing every Saturday, Stagecoach, and there's this group from there. There's someone from Sweden, someone from Canada,
Oh.
someone who's Finnish, I think, as well.
Yeah.
You have people in that group from everywhere. I don't even think there's one person in that group or 2 people that are from the same place. Everywhere is just from someone different.
And
That's
you guys
so
speak
cool.
English, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we speak complete like fluent English to each other.
Okay.
But yeah, like I was saying, it's immersing yourself in other cultures. I would not want to stay in like a single bubble. I'm always like, we went to the Malaga ferias during the holidays, and we were just running around chasing all of the fairs.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's also the international fair. I can't remember when that is, but I think
next weekend.
Is it next weekend?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
starting on Wednesday this
Seriously,
week until
is that the
Sunday.
international?
Yes.
I
with all the countries.
might be in the Belgian caseta.
Really?
Are you?
I don't know.
Oh
That's
my
so
God.
fun.
Welcome
And
visit.
isn't Noah also
Yeah, that's why.
It's in the.
in the Belgium one as well?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
This is in Finnish-English?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have to.
Near the
I need to
station.
go. I
See
need
you
to go.
there.
Oh, I'm so
There's
excited.
also Finland there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Last year Finland wasn't
I'm
there.
so sad there's no French. Why is there no French?
They don't
There's
have
not?
French?
They don't have a French.
No.
Usually they have it.
Why is there Belgian but no French? No offense.
Whoa,
I mean,
in
isn't
Belgium.
it the same thing? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there, please.
We're gonna get cancelled by half of Europe.
Can I answer the question quickly?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go, of course.
So, well, I used to before Sunnyvale, I used to hang out only with Finnish people from the Finnish school. Because my parents, my mom met my friend Lumi's mom through Facebook as well. Then we met up. I was never in the Finnish school or anything because I never did Finnish education. I did Swedish. So it would have been weird to go from Swedish to Finnish because it would have been as difficult as a Spanish or British education. So, I used to only hang out with Finnish people until I came to Sunnyvale. And then so many people moved to Finland for high school. So then now I have no Finnish friends here anymore, really. Well, my best friend is here for 2 months living right now. But yeah, they come visit, but all of them moved back to Finland. So now I'm more with my friends from here from school with Hortense.
Yeah, same. My parents wanted to put me in the French school because there's also obviously a French school in Malaga. Well, no, I'm lying. They didn't want to put me in the French school. That's the whole thing. But there is a French school in Malaga. But then when we moved, they were like, it's such a good opportunity to learn a new language and everything.
Yeah.
So they didn't put me in the French school. But Lorena, my friend, was in the French school. But it was more Spanish French. There was so many Spanish people.
Okay.
Which one is your favorite culture of the ones that you have? If you have to choose, based on music, movies,
No comments.
music, food, movies, traditions.
That's a tough one.
It
'Cause
is.
It's like I said, I never really incorporate myself 100% into one of them. I mix all of them. But if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably say Dutch.
Why?
Probably Dutch. I mean, I was born and raised here, and I've been part of this community quite a while. But it's a strange feeling. It's feeling more attached to what you don't have so much. Do you know what I mean? Because I've been in Spain for so long. I'm not gonna say it's boring, but it's all too familiar.
Yeah.
The Netherlands, I visit them frequently, but I feel a lot more. I enjoy their culture more because I don't get so much of it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Either answer I give, I'm gonna be murdered by one half of my family or the other.
No.
I find it interesting that you were saying that it's something that you don't have so much of. I think because of the sheer number of different cultures that I've experienced, I don't get that effect because I was just thinking it through. That I don't really see that for myself. But I think that if I had to pick a favorite, it would be my Dutch and Belarusian cultures, both of them. Don't kill me, please. Mom, Dad, if you're watching this. But it's because also how much it feels also like a childhood.
Yeah.
There's so many. I went out with my best friend the other day, and then we went to a Russian store, and I got her some simple snack that I really like, and I was like, "This is so much history, and this is my whole childhood in a single packaging." and it really resonates with me, and it makes me and it brings back a lot of many different memories, and I think that's also part of the culture. It's like all of the people and the memories that you make. But then that I can say the same thing also then for Singapore, Tanzania, because it's been so long now. But that's also part of my childhood, that the cultures that I can think of, it just brings back a lot of memories too. But so I can't pick one. That's my long way of saying that I'm not gonna choose.
Okay.
Well, I feel really connected to the Finnish culture. Yeah, I don't know.
Just like Finland.
Just Finland, I think.
Okay.
Because, well, we're not that big on culture, so it's not like really like...
But just like the food and like...
Because the thing is, we don't really have like... We don't have like a specific food that's like, oh, that's so Finnish. But we have like...
IKEA? Oh,
No, that's Swedish. Yeah, I could say that I love IKEA.
Yeah,
so
but guys, same thing. Same thing.
never say that again.
No, but like be for real.
And also like, Abba.
What's that? ABBA like the band?
The pet.
That's what I meant.
Oh,
I was so confused.
Alba.
Who's Alba?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
No, I meant like.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. Yeah, but they're Swedish, no?
Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I also
So then
feel
you're more
connected to
connected to
Sweden.
Swedish.
No.
No. Can you give us an example of some Finnish culture? I don't know many.
Yeah, because it's
Sauna?
Sauna?
Yes, of
Really?
course.
Is
Sauna was invented by
Is this
Finland.
the Eurovision song from last year?
Oh
Was
yeah, that
the
one
Finnish
was
song?
Sweden's song.
Oh well, everything is.
See, it's the same.
takes
But you know
everything.
the singers were Finnish.
Oh,
They're like
no.
me. They're like it's called Finlandssvensk. So you're like Finnish, but you speak Swedish,
Okay.
and you grew up in like this community that's like Finlandssvensk, but you're not Swedish by blood.
What's the official language of Finland?
Finland? Finnish.
Is it
Sorry, guys, I'm
is
getting
it also,
really.
Is it also Swedish? Or is it
Yes,
just-
like
oh,
we
so
have
it's
to
both
learn
of them.
Swedish as well. Like the
Okay.
president and everyone knows Swedish as well.
Okay,
Like
okay.
everything's said first in Finnish and then Swedish.
Okay.
Because we like teach Swedish in school as well. Sorry, I'm a bit tired.
It's okay. I'd say it's so hard for me. I love Spain so much. But then I think it's so cool to be from France as well. Because, you know, everyone says it's like so cool and like the language is so nice and the food and the movies and I like the music. But I love Spain as well. But to be honest, I haven't talked a lot about this, but it's the Arab culture as well. Because I've lived in Qatar and like, but I haven't like obviously been raised really in an Arab way. But I know that my dad is really big on Arab culture. He really likes it. He really likes like the songs, the music, the food, the... what's it called? The scent thing that you burn and it smells good.
Oh, incense.
Incense. And I really like this. And I wish I could know more about it. You know? Because it's I love Arab culture. It's so nice. Like everything.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Would you want to would you go and visit in the future and want to like get to know it better?
I mean, I don't know about Qatar. Because like, I don't know. Well, obviously I don't have any family there or anything. I just lived there.
Yeah.
I would probably visit again to see because I've heard from like my sister's friend that it changed so much and it became like such a future city. So I'd like to just go back and like, you know, just see it again. But I'd probably do more like, I want to do Egypt, and more African countries.
Morocco.
Well, I did Morocco already, but I'm actually going again in June. And then, like, more countries in Africa, Northern Africa.
I recommend
like to do.
Tanzania.
Really? Well, obviously. My grandma and my aunt, they went together to Tanzania
Okay.
and Egypt, and it was really nice.
Safaris.
Yeah, it's
Kilimanjaro.
it's my sister's dream to do a safari.
I've been on like dozens.
Okay,
Sorry, guys.
Michael, okay.
Just
We should go
like-
together.
We should.
Best.
It's really difficult though. Like, oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah, you can't. I struggle to spot some of the animals. Like,
Oh.
it's like we did manage to find a few, and then I didn't find any on one trip.
Oh.
And then we didn't see any lions, which was what we wanted to see. So on the road back, like it's this long road still through the the plains, which are protected. And then one of the drivers like shouts through his window as we're passing by him, like, "There's a lions up ahead." And my family, they just look at both sides of the road, and I'm sitting in the middle seat, and I'm like, I guess I'm not gonna find the lion again. But right in front of us, like on the street, so
That's
The
insane.
lion was
Wow.
just standing there. So
I wish. I really want to see a giraffe and an elephant.
giraffes are so cool. I've never had the experience of like one up close. There's all these videos of like giraffes going through the window and like stealing
Yeah.
your food. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's probably
the
rare.
monkeys have.
Yeah,
The
I
monkeys
heard.
do.
I heard. Well, this is the end of the podcast. I hope you guys had a fun time. Did
Yeah,
you?
I
I had
Thank
so
you
much
so
fun.
much.
Thank you.
I learned so much about Finnish/Swedish culture.
Yeah, we speak Finland in in my country.
Yes.
Okay, Lumia, go to sleep. And we'll see you next week for a new episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
What's your favorite